32 pizzas.
32 pizzas.
So we got tower pizzas again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 Dr. Peppers.
Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we are going to be talking about the TikToker BoyMomX3_B. This is a TikToker who does a lot of grocery haul videos as well as kind of sharing her life being a boy mom of 3. One thing you will notice in these grocery haul videos is the types of foods that are chosen, as well as the amount of money that's spent on these foods. And so without further ado, let's just get into these grocery hauls. So this is the basic setup for a lot of her videos, where she will just kind of film herself showing everything that she got at these different grocery stores, and then she'll kind of tally up how much all of this food costs. Obviously, as you can see, a lot of the foods that are chosen are just not the healthiest, especially for, you know, having young kids in the house and just how much is bought. But without further ado, let's just get into this video.
Grocery haul as a 37-year-old full-time working mom of 3 boys who also moved her parents in with her. So we got groceries from Sam's Club, Walmart, and Food Lion today. And I'm not going to separate it. I'll just tell you the individual totals at the end. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4 big boxes of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So this is like the 2 bags in 1 boxes, because
So that's what, so there's 4 and then there's 2 in each of those. So that's what, 8, basically 8 boxes of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's a lot of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Brantley and Bryson both eat this, and this is going to last us for 2 weeks. So we got a big box of popcorn, some paper plates, some sugar, a big thing of paper towels, some muffins. We got 3 of these Sunny Delights. One's already been put up in the fridge.
So obviously, as you can already see, right, this is a lot of what a lot of people would call junk food, right? And I know that a lot of people get annoyed when people are like judging how others are eating, especially, you know, if you are super low income. I understand the arguments, right, about being in a position where you're maybe in a food desert, where you don't have access to grocery stores and stuff. That is a genuine concern that people have and that people have to deal with, and I understand that. That doesn't feel like what we're seeing here, because this person has the resources to go to a bunch of different grocery stores, or have, you know, DoorDash deliver them a bunch of different groceries from a bunch of different places, right? So they obviously, it doesn't seem like, at least, that they are in a food desert. So they have options, and maybe a little bit healthier options. And so it's crazy to see someone just share, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. Like it's at a point now, especially with TikTok, where I always struggle when I think of ideas like this, or I see these videos, because I'm like, is this even real? Like, so much of TikTok is just rage bait, someone sharing something to get attention, right? Because attention is the currency. If you can get attention, if you can get people making videos about you like I'm doing right now, or have people leaving comments, especially on TikTok, right? You have people stitching your TikTok and talking about what you did, right? That's important. That gives you attention, which gives you money on TikTok, right? And so I'm always like, I watch these and I'm like, I don't even know if this is real. It definitely does seem like this is legit, because we'll get into some of the other videos as well. But it's just frustrating, because it really does seem like, you know, this is someone that does care about their family, and there are just so many better options. And there could be if the money doesn't seem to be an issue, so this money could be spent so much better in much healthier ways, right? But whatever, I guess.
We got some 2-bite brownies. These will be going in like a couple days. Everyone at this house likes them besides me. Cream cheese, a 36-pack of Hershey bars. These will come in good for our movie nights. 2 bags of chicken nuggets, 2 bags of the red Doritos, 1 bag of the blue Doritos, and 1 bag of the purple Doritos. We got the 2 pack of pepperonis. We got 37 of these pizzas.
37 pizzas. 37? That is crazy. For 2 weeks worth, 37 of them.
These are the pepperoni pizzas that Braden, that's all he eats pretty much. We got all they had.
So she says that Braden, who is one of her children, only eats these pepperoni pizzas, I assume, for either lunch or dinner or something like that, right? And while I definitely understand and I can empathize, I obviously don't have any kids, but I had friends growing up that, were like on the spectrum. I'm not saying that I don't know anything about her son. I'm not saying he is, but they were also very picky with the foods that they ate. So I understand that being, a thing. It's not just like this kid is a picky eater. Maybe there's some other stuff going on behind the scenes. I fully understand that. But I feel like at a certain point, if you are a parent, you have to deal with someone being a little bit upset that they are maybe not getting the food that they want in the moment, because you understand that this is better for them long term. And that's the same thing, even with kids that aren't on the spectrum or whatever, right? Just in general, you have to put your foot down at some point and say, hey, no, we're not having, Cinnamon Toast Crunch and pizza today for our meals. That's not what's going to happen. We're going to have some vegetables. We're going to have some fruit. We're going to have some fiber. We're going to have some grains. We're going to have some, some other foods. And the reason that I think that this bothers me so much is because I know what eating like this can do to a young child, and especially a young boy, because I think she has she has boy kids. Her name is Boy Mom X3_B, right? And so, but I understand what this can do to a child. Like, think about if you are growing up and your mom is okay with you eating only, at least from what we're seeing, only processed garbage, right? Processed foods only, right? Again, these things I eat processed food. If you've seen my full day of eatings, you know that I do, right? But if that's all you're eating, the chances of you growing up, becoming an adult, and going on with your life without your mom, living with your mom, right? The chances of you being able to do that and foster a healthy relationship with food and have good food options is very, very low. And so I think that's what's frustrating. And that's why I think people get frustrated when they see videos like this, because yes, there will be comments if someone's doing like a full day of eating and it's, or they're doing a food haul and it's just for themselves and they're an adult and they're making a bunch of, they're just eating a bunch of processed stuff and there's no fruit and vegetables. People will leave, some comments. But I think the reason that this upsets people so much more is because these are children that are being basically told that they can have whatever they want, and they're not being taught any very, very important life skills that come along with food and stuff like that, right? Understanding as a kid, yes, I want candy all the time. All I want is candy. But having an adult in your life and someone that cares for you that says, hey, I understand you want candy. We can't have that all the time. That is not good for you. No matter how much you might say that you want it, and you do want it, right? Long term, that is not what well-adjusted, healthy people do. And it is very important to really put your foot down and make sure the children understand that while they're growing up, because if they're just allowed to have this stuff, right, the stuff that we're seeing, the chances of them developing into an adult that has a healthy relationship with food, that can make decisions and make better decisions, is very low, right?
We got some mozzarella sticks. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 Dr. Peppers. I got 2 gallons of milk.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's a lot of Dr. Pepper, obviously. That's a lot of soda. And soda is one that's interesting because it's become so ubiquitous, especially in America. But, man, I just think about myself growing up and how soda was such a huge part of my childhood and how hard that was to kick and how hard of a habit that was to get rid of, because there was a time in my life where drinking soda was basically the same as drinking water. I didn't drink water, I drank soda, right? And I don't know, I just hope that that's not something that these kids are going to have to deal with themselves.
Got 2 of these for Braden and Brantley, 1 for the bathtub, 1 for the shower. 2 of the Chewy Chips Ahoy cookies, 30-size Oreos, big thing of vegetable oil. Got 3 boxes of the bacon flavor instant grits, party-size Chips Ahoy chocolate chip cookies, 2 Prego marinara sauces, thing of buttermilk, 2 pack of the 4-pack, a 2-pack of salted butter that has 4 sticks. I don't know how to say that. 2 packs of salted butter. That was so hard. How's that? 2 of the 4 packs of butter. 2 of the 4 packs of salted butter.
There we go. We got it.
2 blocks of mozzarella cheese. 3 of the mild cheddar block cheese. And 3 of the Monterey Jack block cheese. 72 count of American sliced cheese.
That's a lot of cheese, brother.
Some flour. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4 big bags of fries. So we got watermelon, and we got a case of water. And we got
At least we saw some fruit there. But now we have more Mountain Dew.
2 Mountain Dews. Whew, that was a workout. All right, y'all ready for this total? Because it's a little bit crazy. First, let me tell you, I actually ordered.
So that was the grocery haul. So again, not very much, if at all, any vegetables. I don't even really remember. It's just, again, just junk food, junk food, junk food. And again, this is not like a one-time thing. There are other grocery hauls, which we will go over. So the last one that we looked at was July 29th, and this one is April 10th. So I think it's like every 2-ish weeks that we're doing a grocery haul like this, right?
Grocery haul as a 37-year-old full-time working mom of 3 boys who also moved her parents in with her. So we have groceries today from 3 different places.
So, you know, that is important, right? So it seems that there's at least one, right? Her 3 kids. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 her parents, right? So that's 6 people that are eating these meals, which I do think is important to mention, right? It's not like it's just her and a couple kids, right? It's 6 people that are eating all of these meals. But again, even for the parents and her, like this isn't healthy food for anybody, but it's the kids in particular that it feels so bad because they don't have a choice and they are kids. So of course they are going to choose Doritos and, you know, Cinnamon Toast Crunch for their meals.
We got groceries from Sam's, Walmart, 4 places. Sam's, Walmart, Food Lion, and Piggly Wiggly. And I will tell you the totals for each at the end and then a grand.
Piggly Wiggly is probably the best name for a supermarket, bar none. Like, that's fantastic.
And total. So we got 2 containers of the 2-bite brownies. 2 of those because they'll be gone so quick. We got 1 big thing of Cinnamon Toast Crunch because we still had some left over from last trip. So we didn't need as much this time.
I can't say that I'm surprised about that.
We got a big box of the oatmeal cream pies. We got some tea. We got some cereal bars. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big bags of fries. I got some conditioner, Q-tips, children's Tylenol, some cucumbers, some lettuce.
Vegetables! Let's go!
There's that good old Louis bread from the Piggly Wiggly. Some bananas.
Bananas!
We got 6 blocks of the Monterey Jack cheese.
Okay.
We got a watermelon.
Watermelon.
We got 2 big things of mayonnaise because we be going through some mayonnaise. We got some grapes. We got some eggs.
It's just so funny. Okay. Maybe I understand fruit is much more perishable than a lot of the other items, but it is so funny seeing the difference in like Cinnamon Toast Crunch and other things versus the amount of fruit.
We got some grapes.
Again, I get it. It's perishable, but like that's enough grapes for me to eat in one sitting. Like I would eat that in whatever.
We got some eggs. 2 things of the allergy medicine.
Like, dude, 12 eggs? 12 eggs. I don't know, man. It just all of the foods that are like relatively nutritious, there's such a tiny amount versus the 12 bags of Doritos that we see.
Some deodorant for my dad. Some antacid for my mom. Lip gloss that my mom got. 2 blocks of the mozzarella cheese. 6 blocks of the mild cheddar cheese. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Dr. Peppers.
8 Dr. Peppers and 12 eggs.
We got these subs for Bryson. He absolutely loves the Italian Hero subs at Walmart. We got 4 of these for him, so
So this is where it's just like, it doesn't seem like they're buying because, oh man, eating healthy food is so much more expensive, because there's so many times when these very convenient foods are bought, which a lot of times very convenient foods equal a little bit more expensive, right? And if instead you would just make that sandwich yourself, you would save a good amount of money, right? And so that's why I think the argument of like, oh, it's just too expensive to eat healthy, one, is very frustrating to me. Like, yes, there are times when eating healthy can be a little bit more expensive, but I think that is one of the things. It's just a frustrating argument, because I feel like a lot of times people are like, well, you look at the organic and non-GMO, and it's like, dude, most people, I mean, I would argue that basically everyone does not need to worry about that, right? Like, you can eat healthy and not spend a ton of money, right? Buying rice, buying, low fat protein options, chickens and stuff like that. It's not that expensive. Beans, and like, there are ways to eat healthy that does not cost a ton of money, right? And so I think that argument just, I don't know, it kind of falls flat in my opinion.
this should last him for quite a few days here. We got 1 Mountain Dew, because we still have a few of those left, and Brantley is literally the only one that drinks them. We got a box of Fruit Loops. We got 1 bag of the purple Doritos. We got a thing of buttermilk, a big bag of sugar. We got 2 gallons of milk. Got a thing of Nabs. We got the Fruit Loops with marshmallows. We got some Oreos. We got 2 packs of Capri Suns. We got 4 New York strips.
There we go. We got some meat. That's pretty good.
And Bryson's already broke into his subs. I told y'all he left them. We got 2 packs of ribeyes here. We got a thing of drumsticks here. We got 2 packs of pork chops. 32 pizzas.
32 pizza.
So we got a tower of pizzas again for Brayden. I will cry. So we wiped them out. We took all they had. And then we got...
I don't even, like, what do you even say to that? That is, it just feels, like rage bait, Like, it feels like rage bait, but I don't know if it is. And I think that's what's the most confusing about this whole situation.
10 packs of strawberry Kool-Aid. And we got 3 cases of water, but I'm not picking those up for y'all. So, yeah, that was included in this. Oh, excuse me. We got 4 cases of water. And then we also ordered an 8-count box of deluxe mac and cheese online at Sam's, and an 8-count box of Velveeta mac and cheese at Sam's. That's not here yet. It's going to be shipped here.
Okay, and so now she's just going to go over, the price, which is whatever. But I do want to go over a TikTok where she is responding to comments about the types of food that we're seeing. So someone left this comment, right? Where is the healthy food? And this is her response to that comment.
So I just wanted to come on here and address comments like this. Where's the healthy food? Why is Brayden eating nothing but pizza? Do you not care about your children's health? Why are you so... there's a reason that you look like you do. Go figure, stuff like that. I've been getting that constantly, which I was already prepared to get that, because I'm not, the typical stick skinny supermodel that everyone thinks that everyone should be.
Okay, so that I feel like is kind of... No, the comments that I'm seeing are not really saying that they expect her to be stick skinny. It's like a common defense mechanism. I feel like people will overstate what people are saying so they can just prove how ridiculous it is, right? I don't think anyone is saying you need to be skinny, right? Like, no one is expecting that from you. You clearly are, you're working full time. You're a mother of 3. I imagine that that's very hard. You don't have much time for yourself. I get it, right? To an extent. I think more what is like, just because maybe you don't have the healthiest habits, or maybe the things that you're doing, it's you have a responsibility to the children to try and model and try to give them the best situation possible moving forward. And it feels like this is just accepting that, oh, well, they just said no, they don't want to eat that, and so there's nothing I can do about it.
So I was already prepared for that when I started doing this journey on TikTok. But it is literally... insane. Oh, by the way, excuse how I look. My parents have they have worked me to death. Look at my fingers. They're so dirty. I don't know how to get my fingernails clean. But they put me to work today. So anyway, it just blows my mind though how many people think that they know our entire lives based off of a few videos a day, like 2 to 3 minute videos, probably 3 or 4 videos a day.
So, I mean, I don't think it's people saying they know your entire life. It's more people seeing these videos that you decide to film and you decide to post and you know are going to be over the top and are going to get attention because you have a mountain of pizzas that you're saying your child only eats these things. Of course, people are going to say something about it. So this is what I don't understand when people make content, unless I am like not understanding how people operate, make content that is very clearly over the top and going to garner attention. I assume the reason she decided to do these, grocery hauls was because she was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Let me film this, right? And show other people how crazy this is. And then people start to comment, oh my God, that's crazy. And then people are like, what are people so mad about? Like, it's like, clearly you thought that this was worth filming and sharing with others because it's so wild and wacky, right? And then people are saying like, yo, this is pretty wild and wacky. And you're like, oh my God, why can't I just film my life? And people just accept it, right?
Out of 24 hours, you think that you know my life. What is that? Just say they're 3 minutes each. 12 minutes, and I post 4 videos. From 12 minutes, you think you know our entire lives? You think you know that I never push my kids to eat anything healthy, or that there's not a reason maybe that they are picky or that they only eat in certain things? That's just insane to me. It's crazy. My children are very, very picky. They got it honest. I was picky as a child. But there's also other reasons behind.
So yes, again, I get being picky, but there has to be a point where you as the parent are like, too bad, so sad. Like, this is how things are going to be. Like, that has to happen, right?
Find some of that, especially for Brayden, that you guys don't understand. And the assumptions are just crazy. I get that I'm not super skinny, but I haven't always been overweight. You forget I've had 3 children. Not everyone bounces back. And you also don't understand that I don't always eat unhealthy. I do eat and I enjoy my food, but not everything I eat is unhealthy all the time. And I am health conscious. I do try to eat better. I do want to lose weight. I'm not super unhealthy all the time. So just remember, just because.
So this is where I think part of the problem is that I'm not super unhealthy all of the time, right? I think that thinking a lot of times kind of keeps people in a very severe rut, because people will, at least in my experience, what I have seen is a lot of people will think that doing just like things every once in a while like should be good enough, right? When in reality, if you want to lose weight and you want to make a significant change to your life to better your life, right, whether that's losing weight or just getting healthier in general, it is not a thing that you can kind of just be a tourist at, right? You can't just like come by every once in a while and eat a couple salads and go to the gym every once in a blue moon. And why isn't things changing? It has to be a concerted effort where you are doing it over and over and over again. And the foods that you are eating, and like that stuff has to change dramatically, right? And it has to change for a long period of time. And I feel like people will say, oh, it's not like I'm always eating unhealthy, but if you're eating unhealthy even 70% of the time, you're never going to see results. It's just not going to happen, right? Do you have to eat healthy 100% of the time? No, but you have to be at least at 60, right? If not, probably significantly more than that to see genuine results. And I think that this is a situation, especially for her, if she really does want to lose weight, where it's almost going to be, I don't want to say impossible, but it is going to be so difficult, because clearly, like she said, her sons and everyone else in the house is very picky with what they like to eat. So they are not going to want to do what mom is doing. They're not going to want to eat the foods that mom is eating. And so you're going to have to be like, this is the food for me and this is the food for the kids. But I would hope that you would want to bring the kids along that journey as much as you can. I don't know.
You see our lives posted on this platform, that doesn't mean that you know everything. You do not know exactly how I live my life or how my children's lives are. Just be nice. It is not that hard. Just be kind. You guys it is insane. But truly, if you don't want to be nice, I'm probably the one that you can get away with it with, because I don't care. Anyways,
So, like I said, she genuinely does seem like a nice person, and I'm not saying that she's an evil, wicked person for doing this, but it just feels like someone that is at a point where, like she said, she's very nice. She doesn't want to tell her kids no. She doesn't, she just wants everyone to be happy. But at some point, you have to kind of almost be the villain or be the person that is saying no and being like, no, we cannot do X, Y, and Z. We have to eat some freaking broccoli, like we have to figure that out because I feel like it is just so important. So that's just my opinion on everything. Like I said, I don't feel like she's some evil, wicked mom that's just trying to hurt her children. I hope more than anything, obviously there's going to be comments that are really mean that she obviously probably doesn't like seeing. But hopefully with so many people talking about this, maybe she can take a step back and be like, you know what? This is not a healthy way to go about things. This is not what we should be doing forever, right? Having my child eat pizzas every day, always, no matter what. Like, there has to be some healthier alternatives, and hopefully she will be able to make a change because, like I said, she seems like a relatively nice person. She doesn't seem evil. She seems like she has the best intentions. But again, that's just my opinion. I would love to know what you think down in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.